welcome back to Straight Talk. We hear it time and time again that our federal government is out of control and that something has to be done. With every problem come many solutions. We at the John Birch Society insist that the Constitution is not the reason for our out-of-control government. The problem comes from our elected officials who are not following the Constitution. Now, on the other side are those who believe changing the Constitution or adding amendments to the Constitution will make the difference. One group in favor of this idea is the Convention of States, or COS, which is a project of citizens for self-governance. They have spent several years and millions of dollars on paid lobbyists who travel across the country. According to an Eagle Forum column posted in the Fairfax Free Citizen, COS proponents pay lobbyists to influence legislators into passing resolutions calling on Congress for a convention to propose amendments to the U.S. Constitution. This is all done under the guise of trying to limit the federal government. In July, Mark Meckler, the president of Citizens for Self-Governance and spokesman for the Convention of States, was heard on Red Eye Radio. Some of his answers surprisingly contradict COS's main argument. For instance, a caller asked a question concerning the outcome of a Convention of States. Basically, asking that if new amendments were made to undo the current damage, what happens if activist judges on the Supreme Court neutralize new amendments with their decisions? In the future, is there a way to stop the same process from cycling over and over again? Meckler said, "You know, I think that's one of the best questions there is, and I'm going to give you the short and blunt answer, which is no." Did you hear that? Meckler's answer was no. So basically, he is stating that there is no way to stop the federal government from ignoring the Constitution, whether it be the current one or a new one. Meckler said to a caller that there is no way to prevent the cycle from happening because the cycle is the cycle of human nature. So rather than finding a way to get the federal government to obey the Constitution, Meckler would much rather open up the Constitution and change the rules. Don't you think a better solution is focusing on the long-term solution endorsed by Thomas Jefferson, which is creating educated electorates? For decades, the John Birch Society's members have worked to educate voters and lawmakers about the dangers of a constitutional convention, because we can't afford to risk losing our rights and freedoms through even one cycle of the process of a constitutional convention, or as Meckler calls it, a convention of states. If a convention would happen, the dangers are possibly revisions or even a complete rewrite of the Constitution. Art Thompson, the John Birch Society's CEO, stated that JBS has been the vanguard for 40 years in preventing a constitutional convention, and we continue to be that vanguard. Support us in the fight to stop a constitutional convention by helping educate the electorate, because the only solution to an out-of-control government is an educated electorate that would hold our elected officials accountable to obey the Constitution. You can start by checking us out at jbs.org to learn more. Also, sign up for our weekly newsletter to stay informed on important updates. So until next time, take care always, and God bless.